I carry something nobody can see. I feel like there's this invisible chain around my neck that, you know, nobody can see it, nobody can feel it, only me. When I actually was pushed into signing a plea deal for something that I did not do, I didn't go to prison. I didn't go to jail. It was for touching a minor with somebody that was 1 year and 4 months younger than me that actually snuck away from her home, and I had no idea that she snuck away. I was placed on probation. It was a misdemeanor case at that. My probation was 36 months probation, 6 months ankle monitor. And I thought, you know, I was supposed to register for 10 years. But ultimately, you know, I did that time, and I did more time than a 10-year registry. And when I moved to Texas, this is when I first really started feeling the true effects of the Sex Offender Registry. And it was me losing job after job, losing apartment after apartment. You know, like, it was so terrible that the only way for me to actually live and have a place to stay, I would have to like lie on my applications, you know, by checking a box that I don't have a criminal record. You know, even with that, like, it was, for most places, it was so temporary, you know, so short-lived. It's like, you know, you have to lie on this application in order to get a place, but yet after you pay the security deposits and all the money you need to pay, first month rent, and then they go and do a background check after you done already paid them this money, already done moved into place, and then they telling you, okay, you know, I'm sorry, you actually lied on your application, you gotta go now. So now you gotta figure out how to get more money to move from one place to another place that you just, you know, had to get creative on even getting a place because won't nobody else rent to you. And then you got to go do the whole process over again, hoping that they don't check. You know, you can either pout, you know, and say, okay, nobody's going to give me this opportunity, so I'm just not going to do anything. Or you can figure out how to adapt to your situation in life, and you can figure out how to think outside the box to get where you need to be in life. I feel like I hate the situation that I had to endure and go through. But then, you know, at the same time, when I ultimately think about it, it's like, if you truly believe in God, it's like, you got to know that this may be for a reason. My family, to me, I don't have a traditional family. I have a family I was born into. I left my family at a very early age. You know, they are still my family. We still talk, we still speak. My sister, she loves me, you know, like, she know my story. She understand that my situation, you know, could have happened to anybody, and that is terrible. She hate my sister, my mama. They hate that, you know, this situation had to happen to me, but I talk about my story, you know. I tell people what happened to me because I want everybody to understand that everybody that's on the registry does not make it to the registry just because you committed a crime. Like, sometimes, you know, you may make a mistake. Sometimes, you know, you may find yourself in a situation where, you know, an angry parent press charges on you, or, you know, you find yourself in a situation to where somebody actually just take somebody else's words over yours because she's simply a female and you're male. So the registry, it still have a great impact on my life. And over 20 years later, you know, I'm still like, I don't know an apartment that will rent to me. The only way I can get a decent job without lying on the application, I have to create my own job. But everybody know when you create a job, you know, like nobody just open a business and it's successful overnight. Like you actually got to put in money and work. And for most people, when you create a business that have yet hit a peak to where it can at least pay your bills, you know, you have to at least have some money somewhere saved up so you can sustain until you can grow your business how you want it. The first book that I written was called Stolen Identity. And when most people think of like stolen identity, they think of like fraud or credit card theft, you know, social security card theft, something in that realm. But I talk about how the judicial system define us as individuals and it like tell us who we are. And when we get sucked into the system, for most of us, we end up conforming. You know, people tell us what we can't live, what we can't do, what they not gonna pay us, you know. But I wrote this book here, Stolen Identity, and it actually talks about how I was sucked into the system when I was 17 behind a false accusation with inadequate counsel and no support system, and it tell you about a lot of the issues that I had to endure coming up. This is my real prison number at the bottom of the book, 1953521. And Stolen Identity, this is actually me, and I'm faded out and I'm replaced with the prison system. When I wrote this book, I didn't know how it would end, so it actually ended with me going to prison, and I didn't know how to go past that. The domino effect is the sequel. It give this book closure. And then last but not least, I just published this one a few days ago, which is RoShawn and the Camp Click. And this is more of a picture book. It's for ages 13 all the way up to 150. And it just pinpoint my time where I actually got sucked into the system, but it talks about it in pictures so more people can actually get the story of what happened. One thing I believe everybody should always remember is that just because something is law don't make it right. And just because something is a rule don't mean you should always have to follow it. You know, like there's times where we as individuals, free will thinkers, need to know or should know like when something is not right. And when something is not right, you have to do what you have to do in order to survive. You know, like I'm not sitting up here praising people for making wrong decisions or, you know, making an excuse. But what I am saying is that the shoe don't always fit. So as far as like living, as far as making it happen, sometimes you really got to think for yourself. You know, sometimes you just got to make it happen. Sometimes you have to do what you know you need to do in order to get by. I really don't know what's in my future. You know, like I know what I want to see. I know what I'm working towards, but like everything that is going on with me right now, everything that I'm a part of right now, like a lot of this, you know, like it hit me faster than my thoughts. You know, like life has been bigger than what's inside of my head. I do hope that, you know, a part of my future is changing the way the sex offender registry laws work.
This is Brenda Jones, Executive Director of NARSOL. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out our other Lives on the Registry videos. If you want to know more, visit narsol.org and check out the Resources tab. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. See you again soon.